Managing an organization as large and complex as the FBI requires a definitive idea of where we are now and where we hope to be in 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years. That's where our strategy comes in. The FBI strategy enables bureau leaders and managers to define and pursue objectives crucial to mission success, prioritize resources to achieve those objectives, track progress along the way, address gaps when identified, and, most importantly, deliver consistent results. The FBI strategy is periodically reviewed and adapted to align with the changing threat landscape and organizational climate.
September 27, 2024. For immediate release. U.S. Attorney's Office. Eastern District of California. Former UC Davis and Davis Club water polo coach sentenced to over 7 years in prison for distribution of visual depictions of minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. Sacramento, California. Daniel Joseph Noble, 28, residing in San Diego County, was sentenced Thursday by U.S. District Judge Daniel J. Calabretta to 7 years and 3 months in prison for knowing distribution of visual depictions of minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. U.S. Attorney Phillip A. Talbert announced. Noble was also ordered to pay $20,000 in restitution to the victims of his crimes. According to court records, between March 10, 2022, and April 12, 2022, Noble participated in a Kik private group chat dedicated to sharing videos of children being sexually abused or exploited. Noble shared over a dozen video files with the Kik group. Some of those files that Noble shared showed prepubescent minors being sexually and sadistically abused by adults. At the time he engaged in this conduct, Noble was working as the assistant water polo coach for UC Davis men's team and the Associated Youth team. This sentence of more than 7 years sends a clear message that this content and the horrific abuse it depicts is neither legal nor acceptable in our society. Special Agent in Charge Sid Paddle of the FBI Sacramento Field Office stated, "The FBI continues to make the pursuit of individuals who produce, share, and consume content that is the result of abuse of a child a top priority. We are deeply committed to working with our law enforcement partners and prosecutors in an effort to protect children." This case was the product of an investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Sacramento and in Jacksonville, Florida, and the Sacramento Valley High-Tech Crimes Task Force. Assistant U.S. Attorney Christina McCall prosecuted the case.
Well, I'm pretty angered that we're considering his release at all.
Senator Marie Alvarado Gill is referring to Kevin Scott Gray. According to the Stanislaus County District Attorney's Office, Gray is a convicted child molester and has been identified as a sexually violent predator.
Mr. Gray committed his crime in Stanislaus County.
Court documents show Gray was convicted of molesting a 9-year-old girl in LA County in 1974 and having sexual contact with an 8-year-old girl in Wyoming in 1979. His crimes continued into Stanislaus County in 1986 when he was convicted of molesting an 11-year-old girl and an 8-year-old girl in 1993. Since then, he has remained behind bars, and in 2020, a psychologist for the Department of State Hospitals diagnosed him with pedophilic disorder and said he is a danger to others.
A very credible psychologist has already noted that Mr. Gray is more than likely to reoffend.
But in September 2020, Liberty Healthcare, a company contracted by the Department of State Hospitals, recommended Gray to be conditionally released. Liberty is currently looking for housing for Gray within Stanislaus County.
The location that Liberty Healthcare is looking at now is a heavily populated area in the neighboring city of Turlock.
Liberty Healthcare and the Department of State Hospitals would not do an interview with ABC 10. A DSH spokesperson would only tell us it cannot release patient information due to privacy laws, but is committed to providing effective treatment in a safe environment and assures public safety.
Liberty Health makes these decisions without the consideration of the overall impact.
Right now, it's still unclear where exactly in Turlock Liberty Healthcare is evaluating as a potential site. Senator Alvarado Gill says the next steps will be a walkthrough and community members will be notified when they can make their voices.
Equality before the law, also known as equality under the law. Equality in the eyes of the law, legal equality, or legal egalitarianism. is the principle that all people must be equally protected by the law. The rule of law is a political ideal that all citizens and institutions within a country, state, or community are accountable to the same laws, including lawmakers and leaders. It is sometimes stated simply as no one is above the law.